In this video, I'm gonna walk you through a simple process that I put clients and students through that takes them from a nameless, faceless, boring AF business to being an exciting, mission-driven, stupidly profitable company by simply making a few tweaks to the approach of their business. The first question that every business, e-commerce or otherwise, needs to ask is, who is the customer? I wrote a book called 12 Months to $1 Million, and it's about how to build a 7-figure business in 12 months or less. And in that roadmap, in that book, the first question that needs to be answered is, who is the customer? Now, most people, when they're starting their journey, or even when they're already doing pretty well, they like to ask the question, what do we sell? What do we sell next? Or how do we sell more product? But that's not the right question to ask. The right question to ask is, who is the target audience? Who am I speaking to? Who is the raving fan that we want to attract? The classic example that I like to give for this is the company Cliff Bar. Cliff Bar, if you look at their packaging, it's a dude climbing a mountain. It has masculine language and masculine colors. But if you ask most women if they've ever eaten a Cliff Bar, they say, yeah, of course. They don't even know that it is marketed to men. And the company doesn't intentionally try to isolate women. It's just that their target market started as endurance athletes who were men. In fact, the language that's used on the packaging is the story of an endurance athlete who just couldn't eat another power bar, so he started Cliff Bar. Now, that was the core raving fan base at the beginning, and that core raving fan base brought everybody else with them. The same is true of the company Luna Bar. Luna Bar is owned by the same company as Cliff Bar. It's essentially a feminine version of the exact same product. The ingredients are mostly the same, but the flavors and the packaging have a little bit of more feminine language. That just means that they market that product directly to women. But I've eaten a Luna Bar. Most dudes I know have eaten a Luna Bar. It's just that when you focus in on that one core target market, it brings everyone else with them. The second question in this process is why? Why is that customer going through a transformation? What does that transformation look like? You are not selling products. You are selling to people. And you're selling to people who are on a journey. And that journey is one of transformation. Your customer is becoming something. They're trying to accomplish something. They want to achieve something. And if you know the journey that your customer is on, it makes it very clear how to speak to that customer and what products you'll need to give to them along that journey. This question takes you out of the picture. When entrepreneurs are looking at how to grow their business, they're often looking for strategies or how-to tactics that are really about extracting from the marketplace. How do I make more sales? How do I get more of the pie? How do I convert more people? Well, the answer to that question is by acknowledging where the customer is trying to go, by building the brand that is all for your who. And if you can acknowledge what journey or transformation that customer is trying to accomplish, then you know exactly what you need to produce and how to communicate your products in a way that allow your customer to go through that transformation. If you can think about your brand as just the proxy that your person is using to go through their transformation, you will be in business for a very long time. A good example of this would be Gatorade.
Bobby, water sucks. Gatorade is better. What? Use it on the field.
Gatorade is electrolyte sugar water. I mean, you can very easily copy Gatorade's product. Gatorade is not a multi-billion-dollar business because they have the best tasting punch. That is not why they're in business. Gatorade is in business because they have a very clear target audience and they know exactly what transformation that customer is trying to make. if you watch any of their ads, you'll see them speaking directly to high-performance athletes who are giving it their all, who are pouring sweat, who are leaving it all on the court. Now ask any Gatorade drinker if that's who they are. Most of them will tell you no, but it is who they aspire to be, or it is how they like to see themselves. It is the journey that they're wanting to go on. It is who they want to be more like. A good way to look at this is Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. Every major plot line tends to follow the hero's journey, and the hero has a call to adventure. They meet a mentor along the way, they go through challenges, and then they come back home a different person. I like to look at a customer journey the exact same way. They're on an adventure, they meet a mentor. That's you, the brand owner. The brand is helping them overcome challenges, and you're helping the customer go back home as a different person. And I told a student this on a podcast episode. His name is Jason, and Jason was selling just under $1 million in his brand. I said to Jason, Jay, your job as the business owner is not to convince the customer that you are Yoda.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Your job is to convince the customer that they are Luke Skywalker. You are the mentor. You are the guide on your customer's journey. And your job is to help them overcome the challenges, to help them go through that transformation. 2 years after I said that to Jason, he crossed $4 million in his business. He went from a high 6-figure business to a mid 7-figure business because he made the pivot to becoming the guide, to being the mentor, to help his person go through a very specific transformation. And if you take yourself out of the equation and go all in on helping your customer go through that, you will be in business for a very long time. The final question in this process is, how do you communicate to that person while they're going through that transformation? When you know who you're speaking to and why they're going through a specific journey, your job then is to answer how you communicate to them. And this question helps you decide what influencers you bring on board or you sponsor to talk about your business or your product line. It helps you identify how you write your ads, or what podcast to sponsor, or what type of YouTube ads to run. It also answers the question, what type of content do we put on our Instagram feed or on any social media platform? Most business owners are just making content to make content. They're just making videos to make videos. They're just sponsoring people who have big followings without knowing the intent behind why they're doing what they're doing. Without knowing how you're communicating to that person along their journey, you're really just throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping that a few hit the bullseye. But when you know exactly who you're speaking to, the journey they're on, and how to talk to them on that journey, well, that makes it really easy to hit bullseyes. You know exactly who to partner with, you know how to run effective advertising, your conversion rates go up, all of a sudden you start getting raving fans instead of just customers. Whether you are starting a new business or you're already selling 7 figures worth of stuff, the first step to making the transition to being a real brand, which by the way, when you're a real brand, you can have higher profit margins, higher percentage of repeat customers, and you sell for a lot more money if somebody comes in and buys your business. But the first step to making that transition is to have clarity of mission. Clarity of mission about why you exist and why you are here to play this great game of business. And most people are coming from it from the place of, well, I'm in this business to make money. That's the mission. That's great. Profit's awesome. But profit tends to be the byproduct of creating an immense amount of value for other people. So the focus can't be profit. It has to be in the service to other people. And profit shows up to support that. I believe the purpose of money is to fund and sustain good work that is in service to other people. But in order to do good work that is in service to other people, you first must know who that person is, why they're on a journey, and how to speak to them on that journey. My name's Ryan Daniel Moran. I help entrepreneurs build 7-figure businesses that they can sell. And if you liked this video, then you'll really like my book, which is called 12 Months to 1 Million. And you'll really love the free cliff notes that I have of my book over at capitalism.com/12, the number 12. Those are the free cliff notes so that you can get the summary of my book and you can decide whether or not it can help you on your journey. Also, if you are an entrepreneur who is on a journey, you're my who. And I know that your journey is to build a business that lights you up, a business that spits off a ton of cash flow, a business that you're really proud of, a business that you want to scale and maybe sell one day. You're on a journey in overcoming the challenges of doubting yourself, of feeling alone, of feeling like you're carrying this big burden on your shoulders, of figuring everything out yourself. You're my target person, and I know the journey that you're on because I've been on that journey and I've helped hundreds of people navigate that journey along the end result of having a 7-figure business that they can sell. So I would consider it an honor if you would subscribe to the channel and you'd turn the like button blue on this video so that you can help me meet more of my target audience along their journey. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.